Maybe I am tripping.
Oh no, you're not tripping. Bonnie was playing basketball.
That's what it was. Yes. Okay. Yes. It was a quick little scene. It was the quickest scene. The basketball.
Bonnie was playing basketball.
The firefighters were playing basketball, and the way they said it was like a play. Like they're like pass, score, and they're like yeah. And I was like, dude, that was the weakest game of basketball I've ever seen in my life. Yes, when she saw Bonnie for the first time from a distance. Yes, thank God. I'm so glad you found it. Yes,
because Bonnie got the ball, and she shot it, and it was like the weirdest shot.
It was a terrible shot, bro.
Yeah, but they're not basketball players.
I know, but still, like, just cut that scene out of the fucking show. Like, I don't want to see it, dude. Oh God damn.
God,
okay, so
bro.
I was right. I knew I was right.
Yeah, you're right.
Give me that energy. I need that energy. Give me that energy. I need that energy. Give me that energy. I need that energy. Give me that energy. I need that energy.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Another episode of Above the Multiverse podcast with your boys.
Avery Harden.
That's Avery Harden. I'm Adrian Blest. Oh, you got something on your vest?
Yeah.
Adrian Blest, got something on your vest?
Got something on. He's a rapper, everybody. He's a rapper.
I got my rapper hat on today, as you can see. It says rapper. Yeah. Because I got 2 new songs out. We got a song on Boy Jr.'s album.
Shout out.
I don't know how to pronounce the name of the song because it's in Spanish, and I don't know what he says on the song because it's also in Spanish. I had to ask him what he was rapping about so I can write my verse.
You gotta ask your mom, bro. Aren't you Mexican?
I did. I sent it to her, and I was like, "Hey, what is he talking about?" And she's like, "Oh, basically, that's how I wrote my verse." And then I also got a feature on the prominent Avery Harden, the immaculate album Atlantis 2 now in stores. I got the hard copy right here.
Oh shoot. Yes.
If you guys don't know, we're gonna put this right here in front of the Hulk. Oh,
A2.
It matches the scenery and everything too.
The green,
everything's green and purple and blue.
Atlantis 2 is out right now, man.
So yes, Atlantis 2 is out right now, guys. If you guys haven't heard it yet, go cop that, please, right now. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to music.
Everywhere.
Deezer, which is I don't know who uses Deezer, but like
people use it.
Amazon
I be seeing like I see you can see where people listen to music. People listen to it.
On Amazon Music.
People listen to bro. I'm telling you, yeah, different places, bro. It's crazy.
So weird.
So shout out to y'all, man.
Yeah, shout out to you guys. Go check out the album. That's out right now. But yeah, so. We're back, guys. Another episode. You already know what we're going to be talking about today.
Sheesh.
If you guys been following us, this is a Marvel podcast. So you know what we do. We talk about Marvel.
Okay, I was waiting to talk to this dude about this.
Okay, yeah. So
to every freaking body.
Go ahead.
That hates on Marvel. Cause I was just seeing, bro. I watched the whole thing. I was like, wow. I'm impressed. Yeah. And I went on Instagram, went on Marvel's Instagram.
People are liking it though.
But wait, there's a plethora of people that are like, this is horrible. This is what?
Really?
And I'm like, dude,
what is wrong with people, man?
This is such a, like, it's the same thing with the Indian one.
Yeah,
and What If? It's such a different vibe.
Yes,
like it's such a breath of fresh air, bro.
Thank you. Yes.
And to you dudes, and it's a lot of dudes. For some reason, I don't know why.
It's always dudes who live in their mom's basement that never had a girlfriend.
Bro, like I don't get what you want, bro. Like Marvel is giving us a breath of fresh air, dog. Like this is dope, and it was so to me in my eyes. I thought I was going to have a hard problem, like, not a hard problem, but I thought I was going to get annoyed at the sign language. No disrespect to anybody's sign language, but it's like, they made it like, oh, dang, like, I felt like her. Like, that was sick, bro.
It was really sick. Good. It's so good.
It was like a lot, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So today, if you guys don't know already, we're going to be talking about Echo.
I'm done with Marvel fans, bro.
Echo, the whole season came out on one day, which was amazing because I got to watch the whole entire thing in one day.
You watched it in one day?
No, I didn't watch it in one day. It took me like 2 days.
It took me 2 days.
Yeah, because I was taking notes and shit too. So like, I'm gonna go over my notes with you guys too. I've been I'm trying to take this podcast a little more serious. When we're watching this stuff, I'm like writing notes now. I'm taking pointers of what I want to talk about in the episode. The one thing that I heard about our last episode that was really cool. So last episode, if you guys didn't watch it, we watched What If, and we watched like every episode, and then we did the podcast, right? So we kind of broke it down episode by episode. And one of our biggest supporters, Dax.
Shout out Dax, man.
Shout out Dax.
Shout out Dax. He was telling us, Dax, man.
He said that he watched that episode 3 times.
Yeah.
And he said that he loved that we broke down every episode like the way we did.
That's what's up.
So with that being said, I want to do the same thing for Echo.
Yeah.
Because we watched the whole season in 2 days, right?
Yeah.
So, Echo, if you guys don't know, Echo is the show about she is, which is crazy. The girl Alexa Cox who plays her, or I don't know if it's Alyssa Cox or Alexa Cox. I think it's Alexis Cox. Or
I think you're saying it wrong. I heard Jessica Clemens say it a certain way.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
But she is native. She is mute or deaf in real life, and she also has a prosthetic leg in real life.
Oh, I didn't know
all
that.
She's really.
I knew she was
really
deaf.
is missing a leg, and she really is deaf.
Oh shoot, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like
that's crazy.
The character
that makes it
plays
even
into,
more.
yeah, it makes it even more badass, right? Because like I was thinking about it when I was watching. I'm like, how do they do that CGI with a prosthetic leg? But she really is missing a leg.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and she's really deaf, so she like it's crazy. I actually just saw today on Instagram they posted like her getting the role.
Yeah,
like where it was like you saw that where it's like all of them in a Zoom meeting and like for clapping and stuff. So Echo, man. If you guys watch Hawkeye series, which was really dope, I like the Hawkeye series a lot because it's a little more grounded. Yeah. So like that's what I like about Marvel.
Fun. That was
it was a fun
Hawkeye
Christmas.
Was really
it was a fun Christmas like kind of thing. We got to talk about Ronan.
Even though
Haley Steinfeld's fine ass.
Even though Hawkeye is the weakest
out of the Avengers.
Shout out to Hawkeye, but even though Hawkeye's the weakest, his show was one of the dopest. To me.
No, seriously. And if you think about it, I mean, he's one of the weakest Avengers, but in real life, he would be probably one of the most badass people in the world.
We're talking Hawkeye, but Ronan is
badass. Yeah, Ronan's
dude.
crazy.
Ronan is a bad dude, bro.
But so we so in Hawkeye we got to see Echo. We got introduced to her and kind of. And I honestly forgot how much of a badass she was in that show. Yeah. Until like I watched Echo again and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. She's just fucking crazy. Yeah, she's because she was almost like kind of like running Kingpin shit when he was like the top boss. Which I've been watching a lot of Sopranos lately, and the way that the mafia works and the mob works, it's like Tony Soprano talks through his guy, and that guy talks to everyone else. You know what I mean? Like, you don't talk to Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
You talk to, when he's younger, you do, but like, it's like that same thing where it's like Kingpin, like, you don't talk to Kingpin. Kingpin, like, he'll talk to you through other people. Yeah. Which is pretty dope. Yeah. So, like, I feel like Echo was kind of his, like, person, right? Like, that was his girl. But yeah, so this Echo series came out fucking dope. Honestly, I'm gonna just, right out of the gate, I want to say like it was amazing. I really fucking liked it. I really liked it. I saw some people complaining that like it wasn't TVMA enough for them. Like it wasn't like they were expecting The Boys. You know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, at the end of the day, this is Disney. You know what I mean? They're not gonna show a dick exploding from the inside. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna be The Boys.
And what else do you want? Like, do you want her getting smashed?
Yeah, like I don't know. Like they want some titties. I wouldn't mind some titties, but
I'm not gonna lie, she's kind of cute.
Yeah, she's kind of cute.
I ain't gonna lie.
Her friend, her cousin too, Bonnie or whatever.
Oh yeah, Bonnie's.
I literally wrote in one of my notes. I put Bonnie kind of bad though.
Yeah, she is though. She is. No,
episode 4, I think. At the end of episode, I think what I put at the end of episode 4. But yeah.
Oh, wait. So to give those dudes what they want, the complainers, the grandpa was trying to smash on the grandma.
Yeah. Which, it's so funny because like her grandparents reminded me of my grandparents so much, bro. Really? It's crazy. Okay. Like I was like, dude, like he talks like my thought though. Like it's crazy. But yeah, so Echo came out, dude. It was fucking dope. Me and Avery haven't had a chance to talk about it, so we're gonna talk about it right now with you guys. Like I said, we're gonna break down the episodes. I kind of want to go in order. I know sometimes we kind of go out of order with stuff, but this time I want to be structured. All right, so all right. First thing, I had wrote. Does it need to be TVMA? So this is Marvel and Disney's first TVMA show, which is like an adult show. It's made for adults. It's not made for kids. You had to change your settings in Disney Plus.
Yeah,
so I went watch it if you wanted to.
So everybody, shout out to Dre because I don't have Disney Plus. I went to Dre's Disney Plus and I had to go in and change the settings.
Oh, I was wondering because I didn't even have to do it.
Yeah, I had to go. I
was like, I guess it's already set.
I had to do it from your thing, so I had to go in yours and then go to the one that says ABOV, and then I had to like change it to TV mature, which is crazy. I'm like, because I was like, the crazy thing is when you don't have it. When I was on the regular settings, it's not there. Echo's not even there to like you can't even click it.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So.
Real quick. Speaking of TV MMA, I do want to address one thing. So we have a new set. It's gonna get better and better. I'm telling you guys right now. We're in the midst of making this new set, this new studio popping. But we got some new artwork. We got the new Hulk. We got my girl right here. Speaking of TVMA, we got Poison Ivy right here.
Oh yeah.
We got I don't know if you guys can see it all the way up here, but we got Deadpool on a stripper pole. So yeah, we got some
Friday.
cool stuff. Yeah, we got Friday all the way up there. But yeah, it's gonna come. It's gonna be doper and doper. I promise. I'm in the midst of like changing up the whole studio, so that's coming too. So be on the lookout for that. But okay, anyways, Echo, right? All right, let's start off with this. How it started. Episode 1, man. Episode 1. It starts off with the creepiest fucking people in the world. Like those Native American clay people, like they were scary, bro. I did not expect the episode to start like that, and it threw me off. And it really
that's TVMA.
And she had titties, bro. She had her body was. She looked like fucking Poison Ivy on this picture. Yeah. She had like crazy titties on that. And even the statue later on, like in episode 4, I think they showed the statue where she's looking at it. And I'm like, even the statue is like built.
For those losers who you know what I mean.
They know what they're doing.
But yeah, I mean that I'm not gonna lie, that was a little spooky.
Yeah.
So like. I feel like that is definitely TVMA. Like they're not putting that in Disney.
Yeah, exactly. So I wrote the creepy people in the beginning, but like it's interesting because in Native American like myth and like lore of how they were created, there's different creation stories, right? Like all different native people have different creation stories. Like Egyptians have different creation stories. There's all these different stories of how people were created, and this one is that we were created from clay, and like and we know it's cool too. So I wish I would have. I think I wrote it down. I think it's Choctaw. The Choctaw tribe? Is that what
that's them. That's their tribe.
Yeah. So the cool thing is they actually worked with the Choctaw people to create this show. So like it's same thing with the Cohori episode where you worked with those natives to like get the language down and like talk about the legends and like how like it like really related to like real life and the Spanish Inquisition and all that shit, right? It's the same thing with this show. They worked with the native people to create this show, which I thought was really fucking dope. So the creation story of how they're created and like how like the cave collapsed on them, and then they come into the sun, and then they like the clay comes off them, they become humans, and then they kind of start leading shit. I thought that was really dope, and especially at first I didn't really care for it and I didn't really get it. I was just like, what is going on? But as the season goes on, you're like, oh, okay, this is pretty fucking dope. Like I really like got it, like I understood it later on, which I thought was pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool too. I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of people, because everybody that's in here that that's planning on watching it, and you're a Marvel fan, man, this is her backstory. This isn't a Kingpin story. Like this isn't a Daredevil story. This is
it kind of is. I mean, at the same time, which is cool.
But yeah, I know for sure. But I'm saying like when you go in, you gotta know that this is Echo. This is about Echo. This is like her story. Sure. So like when I think of the Cohorti thing, it's like it was based off that. Like it wasn't based off of
anything else,
nothing else that we know. Like you know what I mean? Which is even like that makes it even dope. Like even more dope because like bro, we've been asking like for a breath of fresh air, and we're literally getting it, and people are mad, which is crazy, bro.
I think it's interesting too. Like I was thinking about the whole like native thing and how they had 2 like new Native American characters, and then also that movie just came out.
Which one?
The one with Leonardo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese. Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's interesting how Hollywood kind of like when they like find a group of people to kind of like follow, like it's like, oh, here's 6 Native American movies, right? It's like the same thing when they were like Asians, like no offense, but Asians were hot for a little while, so it was like Crazy Rich Asians, Shang-Chi, like all these movies, and it was like Asian, and then it's like, oh, Mexicans are hot, we'll do the fucking the hot Cheetos story, and then like all these Mexicans movies come out, and so it's interesting how Hollywood kind of moves like that. But I don't know, that's just something I was thinking about like in my own like mind. But yeah, so the episode starts off pretty interesting. Like, the season starts off. I definitely thought it was going to be very, The cool thing about Marvel and the way that it works is that there are different levels to like threats and superheroes, right? It's like there's the grounded ones who are like your city heroes, like a Spider-Man, a fucking Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, like your New York City grounded, just criminals, like almost like Batman, right? Batman, he worries about Gotham City and like the mafia and like the mob and like dealing with those people. But then there's like Superman, who's dealing with fucking like intergalactic fucking space lords, you know? And I think that's what's cool about this is a very grounded show where it's like, yeah, I know you guys want to see fucking Doctor Doom and Fantastic Four and Deadpool and all this shit, but that's not what this is. This is like the grounded level. This is very like Moon Knight. This is like Daredevil, Spider-Man, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. Like it's that level of like grounded Hawkeye, where it's like they don't have crazy superpowers. They're just extraordinary humans, right? So it's interesting. I thought that was cool. I wrote this down, and I don't remember the first episode that well, but I put weakest basketball game ever. So I don't remember. There must have been like a basketball scene where they're playing basketball in the first episode, and I was like, that was the weakest fucking game that I've ever seen of basketball. I don't remember what it was.
Why can't I remember?
Damn, I can't remember it either. But I wrote it down. I wrote down in capital letters, weakest basketball game ever.
It probably was super not memorable, bro. Like, that is so funny. Because where did it go? It started off. She didn't play basketball, did she?
She didn't play basketball. I don't know who was playing basketball, because I just watched The Sopranos and they were playing basketball on Sopranos, and that was also a very weak game of basketball. So I'm thinking, that's gonna bug me now, man. This is just a thing for you guys, Hollywood actors, directors, movie creators, writers. Don't put basketball in your show. Like when you guys are just playing like a quick little game of 21 or whatever you guys are playing. Like, oh, we're just playing some 1-on-1. Like, it looks bad every single time. You guys are not basketball players, and it looks bad. I can see your handles. I can see what you're doing. The way you're shooting, your layups are not good. Like, you know what I mean? It's very bad. It's very bad. So stop trying to make your actors play basketball. That's a big tip that I want to say for any TV show going forward. I don't remember what it was. That is funny. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm like, I can look it up on the episode, but it's just, I remember there being like a weak ass game of basketball, and I was like, what the fuck is this, dude? Like, hold on, let me see. Episode 1. I'm
looking.
Has to be like right in the beginning.
Nah, it's not, bro.
But I don't think.
Maybe I am tripping.
Oh, no, you're not tripping. Bonnie was playing basketball.
That's what it was. Yes. Okay. Yes. It was a quick little fucking scene. It was the quickest scene. The basketball.
Bonnie was playing basketball.
The firefighters were playing basketball, and the way they said that, it was like a play. Like they're like pass, score, and they're like yeah. And I was like, dude, that was the weakest game of basketball I've ever seen in my life. Yes, when she saw Bonnie for the first time from a distance. Yes, thank God. I'm so glad you fucking found it. Yes,
because Bonnie got the ball, and she shot it, and it was like the weirdest shot.
It was a terrible shot, bro.
Yeah, but they're not basketball players.
I know, but still, like, just cut that scene out of the fucking show. Like, I don't want to see it, dude.
Oh
God damn.
God,
okay, so
bro.
I was right. I knew I was right.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, cool. So yeah, that was weakest basketball game ever. Anyways,
bro, that is hilarious, bro. Because that was
it was such a tiny scene, but it made me write down. I was like, that was the weakest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I was thinking about. I thought about that too, but like, I didn't care because like, Disney definitely didn't console in any basketball players. They were just like, oh, because it's like the same thing with
the way they were just set up though, like on the court.
Yeah,
like it was
hella people were over there, and Bonnie was just by herself.
And then like they passed it to her, she like ran up and did like a little I was like, oh my God, that's so ugly, bro.
Yeah, it's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing that happened. I don't know. I think it was the first Miles Morales Spider-Man. They were playing basketball and it was so weak. It was like, I think they did it in the second one too.
In Black Panther, they did it when those little kids were playing basketball.
So
that looked good.
But in Miles Morales, I don't know why the black dude didn't let them know, but that was a terrible thing of basketball. Like, I don't know. Even in the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the game.
Freaking I don't know.
All right, man. So stop putting basketball in your movies, guys, in your TV shows. Like, we get that it's an easy game, but like the actors are not good at playing basketball, and it looks bad.
Exactly.
And anyone who knows basketball is gonna look at it and be like, that's not good.
Shout out to.
It takes me out of it.
Just to give you an example. Shout out to my homeboy Adi. Adi was we were doing like this little series with some of my music, and we wanted to like incorporate basketball, and we asked Adi to play. Dude, Adi sucks at basketball, bro. And like we were shooting, and I was like,
skiing or get him snowboarding, and maybe.
I was like, dang, dude, it doesn't look good. Like it doesn't look good. But it's because he doesn't play. He's a football player, so it won't look good. Like you got to have somebody who actually not even a pro basketball player, but like have like some type of like where they can look good on camera. You know, like I'm not the best. I'm not Kobe. I'm not Michael Jordan. I'm not LeBron. But like if you put me on camera, I'll make it look good because I've played basketball before. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude. Yeah,
so that was a note that I had.
Yeah. That took us a really long time, bro.
I know. I didn't expect that one to go that far.
Just cut to when I say Bonnie.
Anyways, okay. The big hype, the big thing that everyone was talking about, and I think this is why a lot of Marvel fanboys were pissed off, is Echo connects with Kingpin, which connects with Daredevil, right? Everyone wants to see Daredevil. Now, Daredevil was in this show for 2 minutes, if that, and it was in the very first episode.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people were expecting like Daredevil to be like a major character in this show, but it was just a flashback to when Maya was younger and she fought Daredevil for the first time, and she actually held her own against him, right? Mm-hmm. Which was pretty fucking dope. Honestly, I wrote down that the Daredevil fight scene was fucking sick. Like the way that they fought, like the fact that you think about it, like Maya's deaf, Daredevil's blind, and they're fighting each other, and like she grabs a gun and he knows to stop the gun. Like just all the stuff that he does is cool. I'm like, damn, how does he do that when he's blind? You know, he hears like the little minute things that are making, like he knows that she has a gun in her hand and he knows how to like stop it. And it's just crazy, bro. Like even like when he like jumped through the fucking thing, like he jumped backwards and like it was so sick, bro. I thought the Daredevil fight was really fucking good, and I thought it was cool how they put him in here. But the greatest thing about it, right, is that a lot of people have been saying like, oh, the Daredevil Netflix show is now canon with all of the Marvel stuff. And I think a lot of us were thinking like, is it canon? Is it not canon? How much canon is it? Like, and canon, if you guys don't know, means like it's part of the integral story. Like it all connects, right? So even though it's a different production and all that stuff, it's still part of this whole MCU major thing. The cool thing was, they really integrated. I don't fucking. They made it all together. Where Deadpool, the series on Netflix, actually was really a part of this Echo series because because they showed scenes from the Netflix series as her flashbacks, as Kingpin's flashbacks. Like the part where Kingpin killed. Like if you didn't watch the Netflix series, like you might not know, like they go in the backstory of Kingpin where he kills his dad. The hammer part where he kills his dad, that's in the Daredevil show. Okay. So like the fact that they showed that and they kept that in this show, it shows that that's all connected, which is cool because it gives you like, oh, okay, cool. Like I didn't just watch that show for no reason. It's a part of everything. Yeah. So that was really cool. I thought they tied it in really well with that. So yeah, that was really fucking dope.
It's crazy because I don't know, like I said, like I don't know anything. Like I only know Daredevil from Ben Affleck. Like so like I have no idea.
Charlie Cox Daredevil is probably the best Daredevil that we've seen. I have no
idea what's going on. Like even the we'll get to it. No spoilers, but the last part of the movie or the show, you know, where he's about to become something. I didn't even know until Jessica Clemens said something. Oh, like on New Rockstars.
Oh my god!
You know what I'm saying? Like
we will get there. We will get there. But that's what I'm saying. That's the best part.
Me personally, I had no idea. I think that's why I like it so much, is because I know nothing about this. I know Kingpin from Hawkeye. That's it.
Really?
I think I seen him in Daredevil, obviously, the one with Ben Affleck. But before this, I don't know who the hell Kingpin is. I know Daredevil. Man. So it's like I don't know, but that's why I'm saying that's why it was dope to me, because I'm not having no expectations of.
You need to go back and watch. You need to go back and watch Netflix Daredevil. That one is amazing, bro. It's so good. Okay. And it's dark and it's gritty and it's fucking violent.
Is it better than Ben Affleck's Daredevil?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, 1,000%.
I like that.
1,000%.
I like that Daredevil.
That Daredevil is very corny, like comic booky, very like 80s comic booky. This is like Netflix Daredevil is like the real Daredevil that we love. Like Kingpin in that show is a fucking ruthless killer. There's a part where he gets mad because some like guy embarrasses him in front of his girlfriend, and Kingpin like takes him and smashes his head in a car door until his head fucking separates from his body.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, they show that on the fucking thing.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the cool thing was they showed a flashback of that happening in this show.
Oh really?
Yeah. where Kingpin is like in the very first episode. The very first episode is very dense in the beginning because it's like a lot of flashbacks. It's a lot of like Maya growing up. It's like very confusing because it's a lot of like mixing in the Netflix show, mixing in the they were showing scenes from the Netflix show in this series, which was cool. So I was like, okay, it's all connected. Like the whole thing with Kingpin killing his dad, the whole thing with Kingpin like killing that guy with the fucking car door, which is like the most memorable thing from that whole entire show. It's all in this show, which is fucking dope. I love that.
Check it out.
So yeah, go watch that, please. I did want to see the one thing I was saying because like it is TVMA. The one thing that I wrote down is in the beginning where they show in Hawkeye. If you guys watch Hawkeye, in the show, and also what happens in the comics is that Echo shoots Kingpin in the fucking face.
Oh yeah, that's wild.
She shoots him in the face.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah.
And he lives.
Yeah.
All he does is like go blind temporarily, which is crazy. And in the comics, and I wrote that down in one of the episodes. I'll get to it, but I wanted to see her shoot him in the face, like because I thought like in Hawkeye they can't show it. They like kind of show that she's pointing the gun at her, and then it like goes to the city, and then you hear the gunshot.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to see like her shoot him in the face. I thought that would have been really fucking cool if they showed that, especially because it's TVMA. It's starting off the episode like boom, like let's see her fucking shoot him in the face. I thought that would have been fucking amazing, but they didn't.
That's actually all right. So that's, I guess this is my only thing with it, and I'm not like a crazy graphic type dude, but like you show the girl having something in her leg, the little girl, and you not show him get shot in the face. That's kind of crazy. Like you know what I mean? Like
it was cool how they. So the cool thing about episode 1, I love how they show the background of like the natives coming in, and then they show Maya and how she grew up and how she was connected with Bonnie, and then how that whole shit happened, and then she ends up losing her leg, all that stuff. Right? I thought that was really good. The episode of her coming back to Tamaha in Oklahoma, where she's originally from. I thought that was all really cool and kind of like getting to that story of everything. There was some lines in this show though. I'm gonna say this. While I was watching this show, as a rapper, as a writer, as someone who appreciates bars, there are some bars in the show, bro. There are some bars in the show, and I think I found at least one in every episode that I was like, damn, that's a fucking quote that I'm writing down.
Yeah.
So like,
you got it down?
Yeah, well, bro, I have. Look at these notes, bro. If you guys don't know, I have like hella notes. Like it's crazy. There was a part. Okay, so when she comes back to Tamaha, she meets up I think it's her uncle, the guy who's like who's kind of connected with Kingpin.
That's the uncle. That's her dad's brother.
Yeah. So like her dad's brother, they're connected with Kingpin, right?
Yeah.
She goes and meets up with him, and I forgot how badass she was. How like in Hawkeye, she was almost like kind of taking over like Kingpin's whole thing, and then she left, but she wants Kingpin's empire, basically. Essentially is what she's doing. She wants to like put pressure on him and like let him know like I'm gonna be the fucking king. So there's a part where he's like, you need to like leave or something like that, like you don't want to mess with Kingpin, and she says Kingpin had his run, it's time for a queen. And I thought that was so sick, dude. I was like, that's so gangster. Like oh, Kingpin's had his run, it's time for a queen. Like that shit was gangster, bro. I was like, oh, I was like, damn, bro, that is crazy. She is gangster as fuck.
Yeah.
So,
and it's funny to me. See, this I like the acting, because when she said that, I remember when she said that. I don't know what her gestures are, or I don't know what the hand signals are, but the way she did it, and she was like you could see the seriousness in her face.
Yeah,
that's dope.
She's a great actress. She's just a great actress. Like the way that she's able to convince or convey her emotions, even though she's not able to speak, is like pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And there are parts where like I think in episode like 4 when she's talking to her grandma and she like actually is speaking, but like you hear like it's like when deaf people they don't speak because like I think it's because they can't hear their own voice, so they don't know how loud to speak and stuff. So like they kind of like muffle themselves. But she actually kind of gets emotional where she like speaks and you hear her speaking as she's like signing, and I was like, damn, like you feel the emotion in it, right? Because it's like normally she wouldn't say anything, but like she's really like speaking.
Yeah,
so that was really cool.
That's actually a cool observation.
Yeah. So and then the very last scene of episode 1, they show fucking. So like you're thinking like, oh, obviously if you know the comic books, you know Kingpin isn't dead, and if you've seen the trailers for this, you know Kingpin isn't dead, but at the end of Hawkeye, you are meant to assume that Kingpin is dead because she shoots him in the face, right? But you know, the whole episode comes back. She comes to Tamaha. She meets her fucking family again. She's like talking. She does her thing. She tells her uncle like, "Hey, I'm coming for Kingpin's shit. I'm gonna take over. I want to be the Queen Pin." And then the very last scene of the episode is Kingpin in the fucking hospital with his eye bandaged up, and it is literally the same fucking shot from the comic book. In the comic book, he has both of his eyes shot out, but it's like literally he has them patched up with the X's over his eyes, and it was like perfect from the comic books, and I was like hype. I was like, oh, like let's fucking go. Like they're copying it from the comic books perfectly. I'm gonna insert the photo in here so you guys can see where it's from. I want to show Avery so you can see it, but literally like when Kingpin gets shot, like it's so perfect. Like the way that they did it really fucking dope. Like shot.
What is that?
Like look at how his eyes are.
Oh yeah.
And you see what I mean? Like it's like perfect. Like the way they did it is so cool. Like how the bandages are over his eyes, like the like you know what I mean? It's just they did it so fucking good. So I thought that was really cool. If you're a comic book fan and you're watching it, you're like, oh, that's fucking dope. Like that was really good. Cool. Episode 2, right? Let's get into episode 2. The way that they show it. The way that I really want to give props to the way that they shot the show, because a lot of shows when you're watching a series, they always show a recap of what happened in the last episode. Yeah. And the recaps are always pretty like skippable. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like whatever, who cares? Same thing with the intro. The intros are always very like it's whatever, I'll skip this. Especially I'm watching Sopranos. We're fucking 5 seasons deep. Like they don't show recaps, which is annoying, but they don't show recaps. But if they did, I would skip them because we're watching it. Yeah. Like we just watched the last episode. So then also the intro. I always skip the intro. The cool thing about this show is like every intro and recap kind of like played into the episode in a weird way, where like in the beginning of episode 2, the way that they shot it, like it's showing the recap and then it shows Kingpin in the hospital, and then it shows like the heart monitor from like the hospital bed where it's like beep beep beep. So it shows that it's like beeping, and it shows Kingpin, then it goes black, but the beeping continues, and then it shows Marvel Studios, and it's like beep, beep, as it's showing Marvel Studios, and then as it goes into the show. So I was like, oh, that was really cool, because I really love how they took the music, the beeping from the intro, from the recap, and played it into the intro and then into the show. Dang. Like it plays part of it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. I didn't. I skipped.
Dude, it's so dope.
I skip.
But like it's cool. Like
I didn't know.
I even wrote. I said like I love how the beeping like kept from Kingpin continues into this Marvel Studios logo, which I thought was really cool. Then so you get into the episode 2. No, okay. What I want to say about the show too, real quick, is. What I loved about it is the episode names, and I didn't realize how the episodes, the way that they play out. There's 5 episodes. Each one is named after a woman, right? And I didn't put it together till the very end, but it's all the prominent, strong women that are in her lineage, right? All of her ancestors, right? So like the very first episode focuses on I want to get the name of the episodes real quick because I forgot her name, but Chafta, which is like the first Native American woman from their tribe. She was the one who like freed them from the cave and like brought them, right? So Chafta was like that one woman that like was the first strong woman that was the protector of their tribe, right? So like that's the cool thing about the show too, is it like the theme throughout the whole entire show sticks to like how there's always this one woman who is meant to be the protector of their tribe. Yeah. And it starts with Chafta, then it goes to like Lowak. So the first episode was Chafta, where we talked about the clay woman who like kind of like did her thing. She got those like circles in her hands and she has powers and shit, right? So that's like the episode's about her and it shows her. The next episode is about Lowak, which is the Native American woman who is playing the game. Yeah, the game, like that. Which that scene of the game, like how that scene started, like the way that it like showed like Oklahoma with the pyramids and all that shit. And I was like, damn, this is sick, bro. Like the way it was shot. Yeah,
when they first started, when they're in the water going to. I thought that was pretty cool.
Beautiful, bro. Like it was like shot beautiful. Like they're in the like they're kayaking.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It's in Alabama.
Oklahoma.
No, it's in Alabama. to start off. That's weird.
Okay,
I don't know why I say Alabama. That's all. That's all I'm tripping off of because it says 17 or 1200.
Yeah. No, I think way like 1700s or something crazy, right?
It was 1200.
It might have been way back.
Let me go and see, bro. Because let me fact check.
That's
man.
the beautiful thing about having this on our phone, right?
But yeah, it said Alabama, and I want to know. I mean, I probably gotta look up new rock stars for that. Oh, you got it right there. I probably gotta look up new rock stars for that to see why was it in Alabama, because that's like the South. You know what I'm saying?
Marvel Studios.
Yeah. Sorry, we can't show you guys. Probably.
Yeah, we'll get copyright.
Images. You could probably put images on the.
I can't screenshot a fucking Disney
Oh, I
Plus.
can take a picture. That's even
that's
sick.
dope. Like the way they come in, like it's just beautifully shot. Bro.
Yeah.
Like it's so like colorful and like open, and even like I had to watch this episode twice. Like I didn't see this scene the first time, but the way that it opens up, 1280,
and then
that's
it says
crazy.
Alabama, which is like.
But like, look at
That's
like,
crazy.
Oh, that's
like,
crazy.
like, why are they there? You know what I mean?
Well, that's the whole thing, right? Is like that's like the beauty of this show is that it's showing that like natives were here, like all of America was native land, bro. There was tribes, there was there was a whole civilization going on before all the fucking English people, not just English but Spanish and fucking Italians and all the Europeans came over and fucked everything up, bro.
Yeah.
They killed all the natives. Who knows what America would have been like without...
Enslaved all the black people.
Exactly.
Zoom in on the black people.
Yeah. Like, they literally came, killed all the Indians, then went to Africa, fucking stole the black people from their lands, made them slaves, killed all the Indians, pushed them to fucking, like, little... Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
You guys know where it's from.
America's fucked. America's fucked up, bro. But that's what's kind of cool about it, is that they make you think about it, right?
Yeah. Which makes me think in my head is like, yo, they've done so many other
cultures
really well.
Yeah, I know.
They need to do black people really well.
Black Panther was one of the best ones, but we need like a black superhero, like American black, not like African black, like American black. Yeah,
because that's the craziest thing, because you have to do that right. Like you have to do that super right, or black people go crazy.
I mean, your biggest fucking black superhero you hate on, so.
Oh, freaking Captain America!
Captain America, bro.
He's not my Captain America.
He's
bro.
Black Captain America.
No,
he's Black America embodied, bro.
No.
Okay, well,
no, he's not. He's not. No, he's not. F him, dude. I think what would be cool is if the son from Winter Soldier and Falcon, that the grandson. Yeah, I think if they focus on his story and like his come up and like him like growing up like the way he did, that would be a cool like Black American story that they can focus on. But we'll see if they. I don't think. I feel like low key. I feel like Disney wouldn't touch slavery though. Like Marvel wouldn't touch slavery, because like if you want to go back, like they're going back, you got to go back. You ain't going straight to Africa. You can't go straight from Africa.
It'd be really interesting to show.
That's what I'm saying. Like they
if they're really building a world here, and they touched on it in Black Panther, because they talked about how Wakanda didn't help the Africans when remember they showed it. They showed the slaves walking from the slave ships and stuff. They showed that. So
that'd be crazy.
So they have touched on it, but we need that like Black American superhero. You know what I mean? Like that. Who is that guy?
Yeah, it's not Captain America.
Unfortunately, not.
It's not him. It is not him.
But yeah, so the whole thing with the game that they played, the natives, like they're playing this game where like they have like the two sticks and like getting the ball. It reminded me of Road to El Dorado. Remember that movie where they play with the armadillo?
I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen it in a minute.
Hit it. Yeah. So it reminded me of that, but it was very interesting. The guy, so like there's two tribes like fighting or whatever. When they call that guy to come into the game, he was huge. He was scary as fuck. And I was like, their war paint and shit that they have is scary, bro. Like it's so cool. Which I thought would play in more to the series, but I really liked how they did that.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't see that. I don't see that girl winning against that big dude.
Yeah, but that's the whole point, right? That's the whole thing is and you know what's funny that you mentioned that is I didn't get it either. That's what I'm saying. It all ties together like in episode 5, right? When she's talking to her mom, which we'll get to later, but when she's talking to her mom, and her mom kind of breaks down how like, oh, you saw visions of Choctaw, and you saw visions of Lowak, and you saw visions of like these prominent women of our ancestors, and each one had a characteristic that like is all embodied in you, right? Where it's like strength. The girl from the game, strategy, right? It's like she knew strategy. She knew how to like work, even though this guy was bigger and stronger than her. She knew the strategy of how to like outbeat him, right? So like that's kind of like how dope fucking Echo is, right? So I thought that was fucking dope, and I thought it was like beautifully shot. The pawn shop scene when they're in the pawn shop and those two white people come in.
Oh yeah, well, Biscuit's like
that is like the most Arizona shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm from Arizona, and it's a lot of natives out there, and it's a lot of white people who are like, "Oh, we're decorating our house southwestern. Do you have any Navajo blankets?" That's what I said. Do you have any Navajo blankets? And he's like, "Get the fuck out of here with this shit!" Like, I thought that was so funny, dude. Like, it was so funny. Like, my thought that goes to like to the swap meet, where like the native swap meet, where they like, and he talks to like all the natives and stuff, and like it's very much like that, right? So it's funny that they're like all like, "Oh, we're here to buy some do you have any Navajo blankets?" And then the guy's like, "Do you have a bolo tie that I can like," you know, it's like it's so fucking funny.
Shout out to him. The grandpa is pretty funny.
He's a good actor. I think he's the same actor from Last of Us. Remember when in Last of Us when they go to like when Ellie and fucking Patrick Pascal or whatever are walking through like the snow area, and they come up to like a random cabin, and they meet like this older couple, like this native couple. Like that's the dad. That's the guy who's there. Oh shit! But it's the same actor. He's a really good actor.
Oh okay, yeah.
So that was dope. She gets with Biscuit. Biscuit's really fucking funny, dude. I really like Biscuit. Biscuit's really funny.
Biscuit reminds me of the dude from The Hangover.
Oh, yeah.
The chubby dude from The Hangover. He reminds me of
Zach Galifianakis, But yeah, I thought that was really dope, and like how she kind of just like the whole train scene was really fucking dope too. I thought that was really cool, like how she just jumped on top of the train, and she's like, "Track me." Like, she's such a badass, bro. Like she jumps on this train, the way she comes in, and she like fucking cuts underneath the train, and I thought there was gonna be a lot more action there, but I'm kind of glad it wasn't, because it shows like how good she is. Like every single time you don't have to engage in action. She's so good that she snuck around them, got underneath there, set up a fucking bomb in their ammunition place, and then went back and got off the train without even being seen. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really cool, and you got to see how she actually has powers, which I at first when I saw, I was like, they're gonna give her powers. Like, does she need powers? Like, come on, you know, it's kind of dumb that she has powers. But the way that they connected everything, how she has powers and stuff, I was like, this is a Marvel show at the end of the day. Yeah, everyone has powers. Everyone has like things that happen to them, so it is cool.
Yeah, I mean,
at first I didn't like it, but
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like because I saw her in Hawkeye, whatever. She was really powerful, really dope, like really cunning, like, you know, smart, you know what I mean, whatever. So I'm watching this, and I'm like, they're in between, I'm not thinking, like, I'm like, all right, let's just see how it ends. So when the power thing happened, and like I seen the thing, I kind of felt like she was gonna get because that was in the beginning. I felt like she was gonna get that, and in my eyes, I'm like, oh, that's how she became so good at trying to beat Hawkeye and them. That's what I was thinking. But then I was like, let me just watch it all the way through, and then obviously, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she ends up like.
But it's just like, man, like I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I didn't go in expecting anything.
Yeah.
So like,
that's what's cool about the show too.
Yeah,
is that we didn't have expectations for. Like, I think it was a lot better than we thought it was going to be, because we kind of like were like, you know, Marvel's made some bad shows lately. Well, recently they made some really good shows, but with Secret Invasion, like, that really like disappointed us. I think that like it kind of set our expectations really low. Yeah. So when we come into this show, we're kind of like, oh, we'll see what happens. You know, what I mean, like, I don't want to get my hopes up too high.
I mean, it was Secret Invasion and the Marvels.
Yeah. So she after the train scene and everything, she blows up that fucking factory, the ammunition factory, which was fucking crazy. Dope. It was so sick how they blew that up. It was so sick.
That's another one where it's like, dude, TV mature. Like, you gotta understand, like, this is a superhero, kinda killing people. Yeah, she's killing people. Like, Disney doesn't do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, everybody gets knocked out and then they go to jail.
Yeah,
she's killing people.
She blew up a whole. Like, I was like, everyone in that factory is dead. Yeah, there was there was so many people in that factory.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and they're all dead, and the only two people that made it out were the two guys who happened to walk out.
Which this is my beef. Now we're gonna talk about this. that dude, I really like him as a villain. And it sucks that he didn't even really he wasn't even a villain.
He was like a side villain. Like he's like an underling.
He was like in Limitless. He was in some other. Yeah,
I've never seen him before.
He was in some other stuff, and he's like a really good villain. And it's for him to be like the weak
like one
villain,
episode, yeah.
It's
he's Kingpin's under. Like,
yeah, like it's like he kind of like showed his like his.
He's in a couple episodes.
His hand in the I think it's third one. I think it's the fourth one.
In the roller rink.
Yeah. He showed his hand. Like you seen how bad he was, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, and then they freaking kill him. Like
in the last episode, they kill him.
The uncle kills him. Like
in the last episode, though.
But like a weak ass. Like he didn't even fight really. Like
but he winked at him before he shot him. He's like, boom, that was fucking sick.
But like, oh man, he's to me like I don't know like a villain lover, but like he's one of those guys where I'm like, yo, that's a dope villain right there.
Yeah. So I think it was really cool. Though I think so. To get back to like the whole overarching theme of everything, of how there's different women that they focus on in each episode, right? The woman who is like the girl from the Lokwa or whatever, Lokwa, or Lawa, whatever. I'm not looking at the name. How she was the strategist from the game. Like this episode was strategy, right?
Yeah.
It's like each episode, if you watch it, it's like the woman who like they focus on in that episode, they kind of like theme the episode to that, right?
Yeah.
So like her getting on the train and doing all that shit, strategy, right?
Yeah.
It's like strategic. I didn't realize that till the end of the series, but I was like, that was fucking dope how they did that. Like each episode kind of focuses on one of her skills, right? So I thought that was really dope. And then another line that she had was fucking dope. They were like, her uncle gets mad at her for blowing up the ammunition factory, and he's like, this isn't war, this is chaos. And then she said this isn't chaos, I say when it starts and I say when it stops. That's power. Oof. And I was like, that's so sick, dude. Like he's like, you're causing chaos. No, I say when it starts and I say when it stops. That's power. That's not chaos. I'm controlling this chaos. Which I was like, damn, bro. I literally wrote gangsta in like all caps. I was like, hell
that's bars.
That was fucking sick.
That's bars.
And that's where you start kind of putting together like that she's a descendant of like the OG girl and then the girl from the game, the native game that they played. And then they show Bonnie at the very end, and they kind of show her like talking. I think that's when they show her talking to Biscuit, maybe, but or maybe not. No, not that part. But they show Bonnie, and I was like, oh, she's kind of cute, bro. Bonnie kind of cute.
Yeah.
I think she's in Reservation Dogs. But I thought she was in Reservation Dogs. I look it up. I didn't look it up.
I don't think I've seen it.
But Reservation Dogs is a really good show made by Taika Waititi.
Oh no. Okay.
On FX, and Bobby Lee's in it, and it's like a native show. It's really good. It's really funny. It's really good. My mom like highly recommends that show. I thought she was that, but the girl who plays Bonnie is actually the voice of Coyote.
Oh, word.
Which is crazy.
That's dope.
It's really dope, right?
Yeah,
so I was like, oh, cool. I didn't see that.
That's dope. Okay, that's cool.
So then the episode ends, blah, blah, blah. Episode 3, dude. Another dope intro, like the old western fucking that shit was dope. Like the way that
this one I really enjoyed.
Yeah,
with the
old
girl,
western with the girl and her dad. Her dad was like a part of like the Four Horsemen, like who are like the police of like the old west, and then she's being trained by her dad to be like a badass. And she wants to join. So I wrote that too, right? So I another dope ass line. I'm telling you, there was lines in this fucking show that were just like bars, right? So she is trained by her dad to be a badass, and she wants to be part of like those Four Horsemen dudes, right? And she's like, I think I'm ready to join the Four Horsemen. And her dad says, women are life givers, men are life takers. And I thought that was fucking dope. But then her response to that was, to give life means nothing if I cannot protect it. And I was like, damn, bro.
That's a bar.
It's fucking good.
That's a
and
bar.
It's so fucking good. Like,
that's a bar.
Like, yes, like women are here to bring life. So like it's like they are the joy, the essence, the happiness, the life givers to this earth, right? And so for her to want to like take lives is almost like sinful blasphemy, but at the same time she's like, what's the point of giving life if I can't protect it from people who are trying to take it, who are, you know what I mean? It was just so deep and so dope, and I was like, damn, that was really fucking dope. That was really dope. And the way she was like shooting the fucking, like her sharpshooting was so fucking good. And then when she got that little like that stick thing that she threw, and it just like knock the fucking branches off. I was like, okay, that was fucking sick.
Yeah, the way she came in to rescue them niggas.
Oh yeah,
that was hard.
Oh yeah, okay, I wrote that down too. Look at yes,
them niggas getting pieced up.
They were getting pieced up, and she showed up and she was like,
bing, bing, bing. She was on them niggas like, I was like, hey,
and
that's some gangster stuff. Like
and okay, I wrote down the war cry, cry from her dad when he's like. I was like, I want one of those, bro. I want a war cry. Like, that was sick. Like, it made me hyped. I was like, yes, let's fucking go. Like,
when I was thinking about it, I was like, nigga, don't you wish she was with your ass?
Yeah, I know, exactly. Yeah,
she's
exactly.
been down with you,
but she showed up and fucking killed all those dudes, which was so sick. I wrote the intro. So, the intro to this show, I the first couple episodes I didn't really pay attention to. I kind of skipped it. But the third episode, for whatever reason, I just let it play out. And I watched the whole episode, or the whole intro, and it's very like, if you've ever watched like a 007 movie, it's very 007, like where it's like this epic song with like these like cool graphics and stuff. And their intro, I think, might be the best intro of any Marvel show that they've done.
I'm not gonna lie, I skipped every. I didn't even hear the song.
I figured.
So I gotta look back to it.
I think when you watch it, I think it might be the best intro that I've ever seen. Like, it's so very 007. Like, it's just very dope. Like, I really like the intro. But yeah, so intro's dope. Show starts off. So in the last episode, when they're doing the train heist thing, Biscuit fucks up his grandma's truck. Yeah. And I thought one of the funniest scenes is when the grandma's like delivering mail, and like she like looks and he looks at her and he's just driving by like with the car all fucked up. I literally laughed out loud during that part, which I don't usually laugh out loud during the show. Yeah. I thought that was really funny. I thought that was really good, a really good scene.
Yeah, that was good.
So yeah, then ends up the guy from the skate shop. She goes and meets her uncle at the skate shop. The guy from the skate shop calls in and says like, "Hey, I have the king killer." Yeah. And it turns in Maya, and they end up getting kidnapped by like that dude that we're talking about, the villain dude, who she blew up the ammunition shit. Right? They're trying to find Maya because they know that she blew up the ammunition shit. The whole skate country scene, fucking the whole skate thing that they did was cool. I really like that, like that scene, that environment of like everything like that when they end up getting kidnapped. And I thought when they end up kidnapping her and they put her in the room with Bonnie for the first time, and she makes that weapon out of the skates, like that shit was dope. Like where she like shooting like skate nuts at people, like dope. That shit was really fucking dope. That was a cool ass weapon that she made.
Oh, side note, bro. Side note. I did see on Instagram today under one of the Echo, like I don't know if it was a poster or something, and somebody was so mad. For sure it was a white dude. He's like Marvel, we're bringing inclusivity into our films, whatever. And then it's like, all right, cool, dope, yeah. And it's like heroes inclusivity or whatever, but then villains are all white. And I think that's so funny because it's
let's be real. Let's be real, guys.
Yeah, I think that's so funny because it's like now, like in real retrospect, bro, like all the villains are white.
But it's because, let's be real. I mean, in Guardians of the Galaxy, the villain was black.
Yeah, I guess so.
But let's also be real. White people are inherently evil, guys. Like I'm gonna get canceled for this. And I might have to cut this out, but I'm not gonna cut it out because I want you guys to know. It's like everyone. If you really think about the way the world worked, everyone was at peace. Like, right? The natives were doing their thing. Africa was doing their thing. Europe was the ones who were like, let's fucking conquer and divide and kill. Well, also, China and Japan were also pretty evil and shit too. But let's see, who are the two most racist people in the world? Asians and white people. Let's just be real. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to get canceled for saying this, but I said it. But at the same time, it's like inherently racist. Like, you know, like they were the ones who enslaved people. They were the ones who fucking did all this shit. So, yeah, it makes sense. You guys are villains. Whatever. Don't be mad about it. Fucking talk to your ancestors, all right? Cool.
Hey man, look, everybody that's hating on it, man, just enjoy the film. It's a film.
Yeah,
it's a movie.
It's make believe. All right,
it's a movie. It's a TV.
So yeah, the fun house, like when they they take them in the fun house where it's like all like black lights and shit, and they're fighting like when Maya like she escapes out of that room.
Oh, yeah.
And they like he's like, oh, the circuit's out, it's in the fucking thing, and like they're playing the music and like that whole scene was
dope.
amazing,
Yeah, was
dude.
dope.
It was so sick. Like her in the fun house just taking people out, where she like kills that guy and then she sets him up on the thing, and the guy comes up to it and she like hits him from the. It was just so dope, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was such a good scene.
She did her thing.
When she like breaks through the fucking wall with him, like that was fucking sick too.
That was wild.
Yeah, that was so dope. Okay. But yeah. Oh, dude. Okay, yeah. To add on to that, the black and like where they're in the little fun house where it's like all black lights. Then they break out into like the skating rink and they start fighting, and she's using the fucking toy, like the arcade machines as weapons.
Oh yeah, was she the guns? She's like
she
smacking
took the
them.
guns and she used them as like whips to fuck them up. And then she like hit the thing and got the balls and she was like throwing them. And as she's doing it, it's cutting back to the fucking old Western girl, right? So it's like she's it's like the theme of the episode, right? Is that she's like a sharpshooter. She's super skilled with her fucking weapons and stuff. And it shows like, oh, that girl, how she threw that thing and it hit that thing. She grabbed the ball and hit him in the head. Then it shows the part which is my favorite fucking part of the whole episode. And she's hiding behind like the disco ball. She gets up and it goes poof, 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 and shoots 3 headshots in a row and just kills all 3 of those guys and like boom boom boom. That was so sick, dude. And they cut back to like the old Western girl and how she was shooting the bottles, like boom. And I was like, damn, bro, that was so
tough.
I literally wrote that. I was like, the triple headshot was amazing. Like that was so sick. And how she beat the people with the games was sick. Yeah. So she
in reality, I'm not gonna lie, she's low-key OP.
She is. She's dope. And now that she has powers, like, it's like unfair.
She's low-key. She's low-key one of them ones.
Yeah. So she's really fucking dope, especially for a street level hero. Like this is really fucking dope. And she's not even a hero. She's like an anti-hero, right? She's like, she's not a villain, but she's not a hero. Like she's interesting.
Actually. She might not be an anti-hero. She might be still a villain.
Yeah, she's still kind of a villain. I mean, she's still working with Kingpin, kind of technically. Yeah. I don't know. We'll get to that. But yeah, and then at the end she ends up like getting away. They end up like Kingpin someone calls off, like they're about to kill Echo and they're about to kill her uncle, and someone calls it off, and like it's like, who's the only person that would call that off? Kingpin, right? So you're like, okay, Kingpin's still alive. We already knew Kingpin's still alive as the audience, but in the show they didn't know that Kingpin's still alive. So you end up seeing before she gets a new leg from her grandpa, which I thought was dope, like how he built that new leg out of like bicycle parts and all that shit, and it was pretty. I thought that was pretty cool.
It's so funny though. Just side note, when I was watching that part, every superhero has their person.
Yeah. Like
so
that builds like,
I think of anybody, bro. Like Spider-Man has, or Miles Morales has. I'm not Miles Morales. Miles Morales has Genki.
Yeah.
Peter Parker has what's his name?
Boy, the dude from the guy in the chair.
Yes.
I forgot his name.
Yes. And then you got even Kim Possible. Remember she had like
Ralph or Ron.
No, not Ron. The other dude on the computer. He's like black dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like every superhero has that person. Batman has Alfred. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't think Superman has one, but like Iron Man is his own guy, but he has Pepper Potts. Like
they all have their own little
that's pretty cool.
Person,
that's actually really, really cool. And then the grandpa is the one to be
to build her suit, like to build her leg and make it fucking dope. Like her leg, the janky leg that he made was like obviously whack, but then I think he makes that new leg for her. That's like the carbon fiber with the fucking like the gold on it. Like that shit looks so dope, bro. I was hyped on that. Anyway, so she gets her leg back, whatever and then the reveal of Kingpin, dude. When they revealed Kingpin at the end of episode 3, when like she goes back to the house and she's like, and she hears something, and then she looks, and you just see Kingpin in the background, and he looks massive, and he's so scary. The music that they play, like everything, I was like, holy shit, dude. Kingpin is that dude. Like, Kingpin is scary, bro. Kingpin is so fucking crazy. So when they revealed Kingpin, I was hyped, bro. I was like, holy shit.
So
like,
this is where it gets really interesting for me.
Yes,
right.
These last 2 episodes were fucking amazing.
This is where it gets really interesting because I'm like I said, I don't know anything. I only know Hawkeye. That's it. And I know Daredevil, Kingpin, and I know Kingpin was like a badass. But in the MCU, I only know Hawkeye. That's all I know, right? so when he comes back, my mind is like, yo, what the hell is about to happen? Like, he's still being nice to her. What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
My brain I can't comprehend. Like, so I'm like, yo, like, is this a setup? Like, he's like, oh, with the wine, like, this is episode 4.
That's episode 4. Well, that's the end of episode 3 when they show him.
Yeah.
And then episode 4 is when they start like going off that.
My mind is in watching this. That was a really cool scene. Is that house scene?
Oh yeah.
Because it was so. That's what I love about movies, and it's unpredictable.
It's so tense.
I didn't know
tense,
what
right?
was gonna happen. Yeah.
You're like, is she gonna try to fight him and he's gonna kill her? Is she gonna kill him? Like, is it like you don't know? Like,
exactly.
It's tense. It's like you could cut the tension with a knife. Is what they say, right?
That was so. In my eyes, that was one of the more beautiful scenes in the whole series, because it's like, especially for somebody who doesn't know. Like, I think Dre probably had an idea of what was going on, but I didn't know that he wanted to keep her around.
He sees her like a daughter.
I didn't know that. I thought he was gonna be like, man, she's trying to.
It's like the thing with like Sopranos, right? It's like Tony Soprano. I've been watching a lot of Sopranos. Tony Soprano is a fucking psychopath, but he cares about the people he cares about, and he'll kill anyone for them, right?
Yeah,
so it's like the same thing with Kingpin. It's like Kingpin is a fucking brutal, fucking ruthless murderer, but you fuck with someone he loves, he will fucking kill you.
Yeah.
So, which gets into episode 4. The intro of episode 4 was amazing, bro. I had to record it and put it on Instagram because it was so fucking good. It shows Maya as a little girl trying to get ice cream from the guy, and she doesn't speak English, or she's mute or deaf, right? So she's like trying to sign to him, and he's like making fun of her. He's like, blah blah blah.
Which is wild.
And Kingpin's in the car watching this shit,
which is
and
wild.
she gets in the car and he's like, hold on, Uncle has some business to take care of. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Kingpin goes up to that guy, throws him in the alley, and beats the fuck out of him. And I would literally, as I was watching it, I even wrote it down. I put it's almost like Marvel forgot they were TVMA until that moment, right? It's like everything that happened, even in the skating rink. There's a part where they shoot the guy, and like you see him like bleeding out, and like that was pretty graphic. It was pretty graphic for Marvel, but it was like this was like them taking advantage of that TVMA where Kingpin just throws him in there and beating the shit out of him. He's like bleeding, dying, and he's still punching him in the fucking face, bloody, and. The best part, I'm like, holy shit, like, this really shows how crazy Kingpin is, how fucking evil he is. Like, you mess with one person that he loves, even the slightest, he's gonna murder you over it. And then Maya. I'm thinking Maya's like, he's like, don't be afraid. Man. And then Maya comes up and starts kicking the guy. And I was like, oh shit, dude, she is a fucking, like, killer. Like, this is, like, it really made me be like, oh yeah, I forgot. Maya's fucking crazy too. Like, we're, like, she's this lovable character as we're knowing her in the show because we're seeing her perspective. But at the same time, like, she's killed a lot of people. Like, she's ruthless, bro.
I mean, she lost her mom and she lost her dad. She saw her mom die. She saw both her parents die
in front of her.
So
remember her dad when he died, he like touched her face and like put the blood on her face and shit. Oh, it's fucking crazy.
So when you know what I'm saying, like I think in my eyes, I feel like she was on timing, and that little dude deserved it. Like come on, bro. Like, that's a little kid, and obviously he just doesn't know how to speak, bro. Like,
he's like, use your words.
Like I don't know, man. In my eyes,
once again, he was also white. I'm playing. I just don't think a Mexican or black dude would have done that. I don't think an intro of a black dude would have done that. If it was a minority dude, I don't think it would have been like. I don't think he would have done that to a little kid.
That is our intro right there, my boy.
He'd have been a lot nicer.
Shoot. But I think that, like, that's a lesson. The lesson to be learned there.
Yeah, but this
be kind to people.
Yeah, because you never know who's watching. Kingpin might be fucking watching, bro. But okay, so like this episode is what I was saying. Like, they forgot that they were TVMA. It starts off with Kingpin beating the fuck out of that guy, right? The next scene is Kingpin and Maya at their Sunday dinners, and he has a translator behind him.
Bro, that's when I knew. That's when I knew, because I in my eyes, right, before we tell you guys what's about to happen, in my eyes, I see the ice cream dude get beat up.
Yeah.
He low-key deserved that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a movie. I don't want nobody to die, but this is a movie. He deserved to die in the movie. Yeah, nobody deserved to die in real life. But in the movie, that dude deserves to die. How you gonna do that to a little girl, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I get it. All right, cool, whatever. This part, bro.
Yeah.
When this nigga, he's like, okay, I don't need you anymore. You're dismissed. He tells tells her to go.
They
And
walk
the
her, but-
security guard walks her to a place where it has.
It's all tarped up with like fucking plastic already.
My God,
like,
bro.
that was crazy.
And
I didn't get it. I was like, why are they doing construction?
Yeah.
Like, why do they have the tarp up there?
The
and then,
the
bro,
craziest thing is like,
Oh my
bro,
God.
you hired this girl.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
And you hear in the what's crazy is you like the way that they shot it too is like they cut back to Kingpin and he's like eating his food and you just hear in the background like I promise I won't tell anybody. I promise I won't tell anybody. I promise.
And he
And then
continues
you
to
just hear
eat.
the fucking boom like the shot and he's just eating his food like nothing happens,
Dude.
knowing that they're going to take her to the hallway and kill her.
Yeah.
And then they show her like blood everywhere, wrapping her up in the plastic. And I'm
Crazy.
just like, dude,
Yeah, that's different level of like.
That's why I was like, okay, this show is TVMA right there. And you know, a lot of people online, I saw that they were like upset about the TVMA because, like I said earlier, they wanted it to be the boys. I get it. You want the boys. It can't be the boys. It's not the boys. This is Marvel at the end of the day. So, like, that was as graphic as it's gonna get, and that's as graphic as it needs to be.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that, bro. That was pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I knew that shit was like wild, so I was
Yeah.
just like, oh my god.
That joke was crazy, bro. That's how I knew. That's how I knew Kingpin was about business.
Yeah.
What they said, what the kids say, standing on business.
Yeah,
He was
exactly.
standing on business, man. I was like, yo, that's
was
some
wild,
evil
bro.
stuff, bro.
It was
like
so fucking evil.
Hey, come work for me, man. I'll definitely pay you, whatever. And then
Just get killed for knowing
That's
too much,
crazy, bro.
for
That's
knowing
crazy.
the conversation, which is
that's
even
that's like Hop trying to kill me.
bro, that's fucking wild.
For
bro.
knowing like all his
Yeah,
music
everything that's
stuff,
going
like
on.
you know what I mean, like Jesus, bro. Like all I
crazy,
wanted
bro.
was a job, bro.
Kingpin,
Like,
Kingpin.
damn.
But it shows you how crazy Kingpin is. Like, he's fucking unhinged.
Also, this is what I was thinking too. Is to tie it into like real life. Obviously not real life, but when you think about these damn movies and you think about these villains, it's like if you're the security guard and you were commanded to kill this girl who just got paid, like you don't think like. I
Your
shouldn't
job
be.
sec- yeah,
I
job
shouldn't work.
security,
I
yeah.
shouldn't work for this
Job
dude.
security is not looking good,
like,
bro.
I should not work for this dude, bro.
Yeah.
Like this dude just killed one of his employees.
Yeah.
I work for this dude. He can kill me at any time.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I don't understand what.
Which makes you not make any mistakes.
What,
I'll tell you that much.
what do they call? I don't understand henchmen.
Oh yeah,
I never understood
henchman
henchmen.
is a weird thing.
I
yeah.
never understood
But-
henchmen.
To take it back to The Sopranos, it kind of ties into The Sopranos and the mob boss and how that works, right? It's like you're like a henchman. You're doing all the dirty work. You're doing all the killing. You're burning buildings. You're doing all the shit to work your way up to gain respect from the boss. So that way you can go up to like have your own little crew. Then you become a captain and you have your own crew where you're taking care of shit. And then you get to work your way up to being like the guy, right? So it's like you have to be that guy to get up there. So that's why the henchmen do what they do. Because they want to be the guys, right?
Yeah, it couldn't be Avery.
So-
Not me, man.
Yeah, no, I ain't doing that either.
Not me, bro. Not me. Why does Dax have that little pool right there?
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Dax,
he
bro.
gave me a pool. He gave me a pool. He also gave me a megaphone. Oh, let me
Shout out Dax, man. You gonna fill that pool up in here?
In the backyard, bro. Like, I also got a megaphone.
Oh shit.
Hello.
Why is it like that?
I think the battery's dying. But
Oh, it sounds good right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. It's like
yeah.
a megaphone. I can turn it up too. People, watch Above the Multiverse. Go subscribe right now.
That's
Go
actually-
subscribe to
that's
Above the Multiverse.
That's
right
that's
now.
crazy.
What are you looking at? Why are you looking at me? Why opening the door? Hey, go back in there.
She's like, what is going on, bro? That's dope though.
Yeah, I got a megaphone. I also got the sombrero from Dax's house and the pool, and I got a swag board, which is the swag board is my fucking favorite.
Shout out
thing.
Dax, man.
Shout out Dax, I love you.
Shout out
bro.
Dax. But yeah, man.
Okay, so then right before, so it cuts back. So they kind of show the flashbacks. They show the girl getting killed. They show the ice cream man getting killed. Then they cut back to Maya and Kingpin seeing each other for the first time after she shot him, and he gives her the fucking contact, bro. That contact.
Oh yeah, that contact was dope.
was so sick.
Yeah, that contact was dope.
Like, oh my god, it's a contact that shows AI of like when he speaks, it shows the sign language, so that
Yeah.
way she can see what he's saying. It's fucking dope.
Yeah.
It's such a creative concept and
Yeah.
idea, and it's like, damn, like why don't we have that? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like it's coming. Like it's so crazy. Like that's coming. That's so easy. I feel like someone can make that real easy. Like fucking Elon Musk will have that out next week. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
a contact that you can read sign language with. I thought that was really
That
dope.
was dope. Yeah, that was dope.
So then they have dinner. The dinner is fucking crazy. Like you said, it was tense. You don't know who's gonna kill who. When he gets that bottle of wine, she dumps it down the drain like right away, which I thought was funny. But then they start talking, right? And this is where it's cool for people like who are like me, who are like into the Marvel shit. There's been a lot of talk about like, oh, Marvel confirmed that that Daredevil Netflix is actually canon in the MCU, and this is where it solidifies it, because Kingpin, he goes and he's like, hey, I want to give you something, and he opens up the box, and it's the hammer that he killed his dad with, which is from the Daredevil series on Netflix. So that's when I'm like, oh shit, it is canon. It is all tied together now. That was like the moment that I was like, oh shit, finally, like it really is tied together. So that hammer was fucking dope to see that. Like that, like I feel like if you don't know like the Daredevil shit, you're not gonna get how significant that hammer is. But that hammer was like a big moment where I was like, holy shit, this ties everything together.
Yeah.
You know? So that was really cool. Another bar. He says, he was like saying like, oh, I love you, blah blah blah, and she says, you're a monster, and then he says, all the people you killed for me, I ask you, who's the monster? And I was like, damn, bro, Kingpin is dope. Like, and New Rockstars, shout out New Rockstars, they make merch. They just came out with this shirt that has Kingpin on it, and it says, who's the monster? And I was like, I wrote that down, because that was such a bar in the thing. Like, when he says that, it's like, oh, like, all the people I've asked you to kill, and you did it without hesitation. Like, who's really the monster? Am I the monster, or are you the one that's going around killing people? I'm just telling you to kill people. Kingpin's a gangster, bro. Like, he's so gangster, bro. It's so crazy.
I'm just telling you, you know, you ain't gotta do it.
Exactly. You went and did it. So, so essentially, he tries to get Maya to come back with her. I don't remember what else happens in the episode, honestly. But I know at the end of the episode, basically, he tells Maya to like, he's gonna be waiting for her at the airport and for her to come back with him to New York, and she doesn't end up doing it, and they can't find her. I think she leaves. She leaves the city or something.
Yeah, that's where she just goes and she's doing her own thing. Like she just
I forgot which episode that was called. So episode 4 is Taloa. So that one is about her mom. And how her mom was a healer and stuff. And I thought, and I don't know if I put that. I think that might
that's
be
when they healed the bird in the beginning.
Is that what the one?
Yeah, I think. Oh, I think that's
episode 5 actually.
Yeah, it's the 5th one.
Yeah, that's episode 5.
So the 4th one might have been her grandma.
Yeah. Oh, it was her grandma when her grandma gave birth to her.
Yeah.
And remember, her grandma was like seeing visions and stuff, and I thought that was really cool. Like it showed like strength that she had. Like, okay, so cool. That was really cool. Not the best episode, but it was pretty fun. And at the very end, Kingpin, it shows again how unhinged he is when he's like in the fucking plane, and they tell her that she's not coming, and he stands up and he's like, ah, and he pushes the fucking thing. I was like, okay, this guy is fucking psycho, dude. Like at any moment he's gonna be unhinged, right? Then we get to the season finale, which I think is one of the best episodes of the whole series for sure.
Yeah.
It was so good. That's when I wrote in my notes. That's when I finally realized that each episode was about a prominent woman in her life, like what her ancestors, and each episode was named after one of the women. And the whole theme of everything.
I didn't realize till then it was very obvious. Yeah. I didn't realize it till that moment.
I didn't know. I didn't realize it either. So it starts off in the beginning. You see Fisk, Maya's grandma.
Side note. Side note. I think it's the 4th episode where I wanted to talk about this. Nobody was talking about this. Maybe New Rockstars is going to talk about this, but she's left and she's on her motorcycle. She goes to a gas station.
Roxxon.
It says Roxxon.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Roxxon.
Is that Roxxon from Miles Morales?
From Miles Morales, from Loki, from a bunch of shit. So Roxxon in the comics, I was supposed to look it up and show exactly what it is in the comics, but they're like they're almost like AIM, I think, which AIM is like Advanced Idea Mechanics, which is like where the dude from Ant-Man, the MODOK, that he runs like AIM.
Okay.
Excuse me. Roxxon is like another like they're like a government agency kind of thing that like is a big powerful company that they're against like superheroes, and they're like a villain kind of thing. So Roxxon, and they showed Roxxon in Loki season 1 when he goes and finds Sylvie in the apocalypse time. And they're at that big store. That's a Roxxon store. So it's like they're just like a big conglomerate that like owns so much shit. But they're very evil. They're like doing their own shit on the side.
I only know Roxxon from. I mean, I think I've seen it there, but Miles Morales, where they fight. You know, they fight Roxxon.
So exactly. So Roxxon is like very prominent, and the fact that they keep dropping these things, I feel like it's gonna come into play eventually, where Roxxon's gonna be like an evil company that they're.
I'm not gonna lie. When I see Roxxon, I thought we was gonna get Miles Morales up in there. don't know
that
why.
would've been fucking dope,
Hey, I
bro.
know that would be like a super far.
When they go back to New York, for season 2 or whatever, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in the beginning of that episode of episode 5, there's a part where Maya's grandma is in the post office and she drops all of her papers and shit, and she starts picking at it, and fucking Kingpin is there, and I was like, holy shit, dude! Like, he's so scary, like it's crazy. Like, he's like so like innocent in his way that he talks sometimes, but he's so scary, and he's so much bigger than her, and the way that they made him look bigger than her, I was like, dude, like he's huge. Like, I wrote, like, I'm like, dude, he's fucking scary, like how big he is. So I wrote Fisk is huge and scary. Meeting with the grandma. Roxxon back again. The woodpecker shit was really fucking dope. How the woodpecker is essentially like a spirit animal that connected with the natives to let them know that enemies are coming. And I thought that was really cool, and how Maya shot the woodpecker. I have a story. When I lived in Tucson back in Arizona, me and my mom had this like townhouse, and we had a woodpecker that would fuck with my fucking house every single day. I used to stay home a lot because my mom would work from home or work like 9 to 5, and I would come home from school, or I would have the day off or whatever, so I'd be home by myself a lot, and I would hear the woodpecker outside, and I would go outside and try to fucking throw rocks at it, and I could never hit it. That motherfucker, I never hit it, not once. Like, I would try to throw a hole, like he would make, like, there was like 17 fucking holes in our side of our house because it was a wood house, and I was like, dude, this motherfucker, I hate him, bro. And once Maya shot him, and I was like, oh, maybe he was trying to warn me of evil, you know what I mean? But yeah, it might have been my ancestors trying to warn me of evil, but I was throwing rocks at that motherfucker, trying to get him out of there. But yeah, so then they kind of talk about they show Maya. I think this is the episode where they show Maya, or episode 4, I think, is when they show Maya talking to her grandma, and like how it's all the connections of the ancestors are like coming through and like echoing through her and stuff.
No, that is the 4th one.
So when her grandma starts making the suit for her, at first I was like, I don't really fucking like this suit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I thought it was kind of ugly. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
I like the message behind it.
Me personally, I'm not like I'm not like hype off of it.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't one of those.
I thought it was all right, and
like,
then
it wasn't like I mean, I feel like, in my opinion, this is my opinion, everybody. I feel like she didn't really need a suit.
Yeah, she
like, you know what I mean.
Like, she kind of just is like an assassin. Like, doesn't really
you
do
don't
anything.
really need a suit.
But I will say that on the mannequin, it looked really whack. When she had it on, it looked pretty cool. I wrote that down too. I was like, when she has it on, it looks cool. And then we'll get to it, but at the end of the episode, like, she's wearing like you realize that it's just like a jacket, and she takes it off, and then she has like an actual suit underneath it, which was like a leather suit, which was really fucking dope. I thought that looked really cool on her. I think off of her it looks kind of cheesy, but it looks really cool. Okay, so they're at this powwow, which the powwow was fucking dope. Like, I thought they did a great job of doing the powwow. Even like the aerial shots that they had, where it was like they show them doing the spiral, which I watched a new Rockstars breakdown where they're talking about how like that spiral, how in nature there's a bunch of things of God making things clockwise or counterclockwise, and that the natives, they do the powwow in a counterclockwise routine to show the imperfection of humanity. And I was like, damn, that's really fucking deep and crazy. And so like, even that, they showed like an aerial scene where they're like all in a spiral as they're like doing the powwow shit, and I was like, oh damn, that's really cool. And growing up in Arizona, like, I have native blood in me, and we used to always want to go. We never went, but my nana, tata, and stuff would go to powwows and like on the reservation and stuff, and I just never went with them. But I wish I would have went, because that shit looks dope as fuck. And they have Indian fried bread, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah, and Indian girls are hot.
Yeah.
Shout out to the native women.
Yeah, for sure. What's up? But yeah, so the powwow is going on. Obviously, like, Maya's like in the powwow, which I thought was cool. Like, she's blending in plain sight, which I always love when people do that. And the villain dude, the white dude that we were talking about, he shows up, and he like goes past Biscuit, and he has a fucking rocket launcher. And I'm like, dude, he's gonna just blow up like all these people right now, which is crazy.
Yeah, that actually was, to me, like, that was another TV mature thing. MA like nobody's coming in a regular Disney to like blow up a
fucking peaceful like fucking.
Yeah, I mean actually, let's Loki trying to kill.
Yeah,
New
Loki's
York.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, but like that in this grounded level.
Yeah,
like nobody's trying to murder.
And imagine if he would have actually shot that rocket launcher at the crowd of people. Like it would have been fucking mayhem. It would have been crazy.
Yeah.
But that's for the boys. We'll save it for the boys.
Yeah.
The boys will blow up a whole crowd of people without fucking worrying about it.
Yeah.
Like that's nothing to them. But yeah, so I thought that was cool. And when they started kind of like coordinating their attack, like Maya and all them, when Maya's uncle calls Biscuit and is like, hey, like. And he's like, oh, there's these like white people. They seem kind of sketchy. I don't know. And he's like, get a weapon. He's like, I don't have a weapon. This was also another TVMA part. He's like, I have something better than a weapon. He gets a monster truck, bro. And he runs over the van with the monster truck. And normally, I feel like in any other Disney Marvel show, like, as he's running over the thing, the guys would have got out of the back of the truck and ran away. And been like,
they definitely died.
They all got crushed in the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And they show the inside of it as they're getting crushed. And I was like, oh my God, yes, please. I wish it would have showed it like the boys were like, it would have like actually crushed and it would have been like, like fucking exploded. But, like I said, save that for the boys. But I thought the monster truck scene was really fucking dope.
Shout out Biscuits.
Yeah, Biscuits is fucking amazing. I really like his character. But yes, then it gets to the part Maya's getting held. She's like held hostage. She has like they have Bonnie, they have her grandma, Kingpin is holding her hostage. She's like there, and as corny as I thought it would normally be, I thought it was really, really dope how she was like, she like trusts me, and she kind of like does her thing, and she summons like all the powerful women in her life that like, and they all like fight together, like, and it's like all of her skills put into one thing. I thought it was so dope. The one thing I didn't like is that she can just give her powers to like fucking her grandma and her cousin out of nowhere, and like I don't know where her grandma's like, boom, like her to the wall. Like, dude, okay, come on. So anyone just gets super strength now?
That was my beefs. Like I'm like if you give it to Bonnie, like Bonnie's young, she's you know what I mean, she could probably.
But the grandma, like she.
Yeah, but that I guess if you give it to Bonnie, like you got to give it to the grandma too.
I think it's not that she can just give her powers to anybody. I think it's because they're all related, right? It's like they're the strong women in their family. Like they're like the I forgot what it's called. Like it's like the archetype or something. But like they're the strong women in her family that were able to do that. So I thought it was cool. I was like whatever. But yeah, she's surrounded by her. I put cool that she summoned her ancestors and gave them powers, but also kind of lame. Like also kind of annoying.
That part was whatever. That part was whatever.
So then
I really like the part. For me, like the giving the powers to the grandma was whatever. But like I like the part where she was in the middle and everybody was around her, and it was like it was because you watched all these
women throughout the thing.
Yeah, you watch all this happen. And you're like, well, why is it happening? For me personally, I'm sitting there like, why? Like, why do we need this throwback? Why do we need this? Why do we need while watching this? Like, I'm not really thinking. I'm just like, okay, I get it. Like, that's dope, but okay, what? Why? And then you get to that part, and you're just like, oh,
she's all of them.
Yes.
She embodies all of them.
That is dope to have them there, all 5 of them, and then it shows how like powerful she can be with every single person of the
which is really cool too, because I thought that was a good line from her mom in episode 4 where she says like she's like, I was alone, she's like, you're never alone, like each one of us makes up you, which I really thought was cool, because I was like, damn, it made me really think about like my life and it made me like analyze myself, and I was like, damn, like it is true, like I am in essence a combination of all my ancestors before me, right? It's like the strength of my grandpa and the cunning of this, like all the different aspects all come into me, and I embody all of them in one person, right? Yeah. So it's like I thought that was a really cool thing. It's like she feels like she's alone, but really she has all of her ancestors in her blood and they all make up who she is. So I thought that was really cool. I was like, damn, like I feel like I'm a superhero now. Like it made me feel strong.
Yeah, that was
I don't know. I need to learn more about my ancestors.
Now, the healing
part. Are you talking about this where she does the healing part?
Yeah, on
okay, so like her mom is like a healer. She like does this to heal the bird, right? That was pretty cool. But then Maya, when she does it to Kingpin,
I was like y'all should have kept it TVMA and I just had her kill this nigga.
But the thing is, which we'll get to, she can't kill Kingpin because there's so much more to do with Kingpin, and I'm telling you, we'll get there. But I thought I wrote it down. I put the healing power thing was cool twist on beating Kingpin, but kind of also like that's it, like that's how they beat him, like all this build up to like fight Kingpin, and then like she's just like, you're healed, like some therapy.
That's
that's
another thing for me too. Is like it's like okay, like she tried to heal him, and she was like, you know, I mean, like they go into the whatever. What did you do to me? And it's like for
they
him
didn't give background on like
for him to be like, all right, we gotta
let's just leave,
here.
Which I get it. Like the whole thing about Kingpin is that he is like struggling. He's like a damaged kid, right? It's like he watched his dad beat his mom. He's like damaged, and then he kills his dad, and that's why he's so fucking evil. And it's like he's dealing with that trauma at all times, and he has so much anger and shit. So I guess like it makes sense. Like she kind of like heals him and makes him address the fact like, hey, you don't need to feel sorry for what you did. You don't need to be like like it wasn't your fault for what your dad did. Blah blah all this stuff. So I get it. It's good. It's cool. It's healing. Mental health shit, right? But also at the same time, like that's how you beat Kingpin. Like really? Like I don't know. And what made me pissed off is that I thought that's how the episode ended. So I was like, I literally wrote, I was like, that's it. Like I put like that's it. What happened to him? Like I was like, ending was like too happy for me. I'm kind of pissed off that the ending ended like this. Like I hate that it ended like this. Like that's it. Like that. I literally wrote that's it. And then I put her friend kind of bad though. At the end, they show Bonnie, and I was like, "Oh, but her friend kind of bad." Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I was like, about like the ending. It was like, oh, whatever. And then also, this is what ticked me off. Everybody, the Fast and the Furious lunch dinner.
Oh, where they have like dinner at the end, and it's like.
That was a ripoff of Fast and the Furious, bro. That is definitely a ripoff of Fast and the Furious, bro. Like they sit there having like the lunch, and then like
Maya
biscuits being funny, and
it's like
Maya shows up, and then the mom comes. That's like out of the straight book of Fast and the Furious, bro.
And I'll be honest, if the episode would have ended like that right there, I would have been like, I don't like this show. Honestly, as good as the show was, the way that it ended, like with her healing Kingpin and then her fucking having a family brunch, I was like, really, dude? Like that's the end of the show? Like they built all this up for that? Like I'm pissed. I was pissed. I was like, man, motherfuckers. And then it started showing the credits, and I was like, are you fucking serious? I literally was like, are you fucking serious? This is how it ends? But then, guys, mic drop moment. And if you don't know, you don't know. But I'm about to tell you right now.
You gotta let us know, because I'm
about to tell you right now.
I'm the one that don't know.
I'm about to tell you right now,
go ahead, my boy, because I don't know.
The end credit scene shows Kingpin getting back on his plane. He turns on the news, and they start talking about the mayor run, and he gets the idea that he should run for mayor. Now, oh my fucking god, dude. I wrote in my fucking notes, Kingpin for mayor, hell fucking yes, cannot wait. What that means for the Devil Reigns comic series. So, if you guys don't know, let me tell you right now.
I'm getting educated right now, too.
Alright, it gives me the chills. In the comics, Kingpin becomes the mayor of New York. He uses his influence and his power to rig the vote and become the mayor of New York.
Okay.
And his first thing, his major thing that he does is he outlaws vigilantes in New York. So he makes it a crime to be a superhero. So he has all these fucking private security and cops and shit, basically like trying to kill every superhero that tries to come out.
Shit.
And it's like a war, and everyone's like on Kingpin's side because they all think he's this good mayor dude. He's like Donald Trump. Like it even made it seem like Donald Trump. Like it's like, oh, we need someone who's not part of the political thing, someone who's an outsider, a businessman who could come in and tell people what's what. It's literally Donald Trump. Okay. And he comes in and he fucking takes power and he starts fucking making superheroes illegal, and he wants to become president. And you're like, fuck, dude, if Kingpin becomes president of the United States, he's gonna make all superheroes illegal, and everyone's gonna be at war. The government's gonna be at war with superheroes, and it's gonna be fucking crazy. And that's essentially what happens in the comic books, bro. It's fucking crazy.
Oh shit. So who's so in New York we got Spider-Man. We got Echo.
We got Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Hawkeye, fucking all of your street level defenders, superheroes that are like street level shit, like which is what we're getting into. Moon Knight, all that. This is all New York, bro. It's all in New York. Ooh. Like everything's in New York. So like Kingpin being mayor is crazy, and what's about to happen with Kingpin being mayor is about to be fucking wild, bro.
Okay.
He makes all mass vigilantes illegal in New York. So like it's over for these guys, and it's about to be a war against superheroes versus the government, and that's gonna be crazy. Like basically like how in Avengers where they do the Sokovia Accords, and it's like superheroes gonna have to be watched by the government. It's like the same thing, but now Kingpin is the fucking mayor, and he's like, no superheroes allowed. If you come out and you do anything superhero, we will arrest you or we will kill you, like straight up. So like it's over for like superheroes. So it's gonna be crazy.
That should be super interesting because you know who else is there, which is not ground level. Doctor Strange is there.
There's a lot of there's a lot of superheroes in there.
Iron Man's
that's what I'm
dead.
saying though. But that's what I'm saying is like there's a lot of shit in New York, and if Kingpin becomes the mayor of New York, which is what they're leading to, he looked at it and it was like, I want to be mayor. Like that is huge, bro. That's so huge for the Marvel, and like especially the ground level like superheroes and shit. And what's even crazier is so eventually in the comic books, you find out that Kingpin, like Daredevil, Matt Murdock, right, his alter ego, Matt Murdock is a lawyer, and he becomes like the deputy mayor to watch Kingpin's moves to make sure he's not doing anything illegal. And Kingpin's like playing it pretty like above board, but then he finds out that Kingpin is meeting with like all the crime lords. It's to like do like some shady shit, and so they end up getting Kingpin kicked out of being mayor, and Luke Cage becomes mayor of fucking New York, which I fucking love Luke Cage, and Luke Cage becomes like the mayor of New York. Which if they start introducing Luke Cage, if they like make him the mayor, like that's what I'm saying. Like him being the mayor like sets up so much shit because I'm like, okay, does that mean Luke Cage is coming? Does that mean Luke Cage is eventually gonna be mayor? Like does that mean we're gonna get like the new presidents? Like it's gonna be fucking dope, bro. And what's crazy is Kingpin in the comics falls in love with a mutant, and he ends up leaving to Krakoa, where all the mutants live, and so it's a tie-in with the X-Men and shit too. So like now Kingpin being mayor is gonna tie into like X-Men and mutants and all that shit. And instead of vigilantes being like the main target by the government, they start thinking as mutants as an invasive species to the humankind.
Oh shit!
And so then they start killing and taking all the mutants. Oh, so like it's all leading up to this, and with X-Men coming, like I was like, dude, I was fucking losing my mind. I was like, oh my god, Kingpin being mayor means so much. Like him being mayor means superheroes are going to be illegal, which means that mutants are going to come, which means that mutants are going to be illegal, which means that Luke Cage is going to be president, which means we're going to have this whole war against the government versus mutants, and it's going to be a mutant saga, and it's going to be, oh my god,
man,
dude, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped, bro.
I really hope they don't freaking just hype it up just like, oh yeah, he's gonna be mayor.
No, he's gonna be no.
He has to be.
Yeah, he has to be mayor, bro.
What's the? See, that's the thing.
Mayor. Devil's Reign is one of the most popular comic book runs from the Marvel.
Okay,
and it's when Kingpin's mayor.
We gonna see. I didn't know, bro. I didn't know any of that. I just learned all that right now from you. I didn't know that any of that happened.
Oh, dude. So yes. So like I said, when that episode ended, at first I was like, God damn it, this fucking show. Why do you have to end like that? I'm pissed off. Then they show Kingpin looking at the mayoral run, and I was like, let's fucking go, dude. That changed my whole perspective on the show, changed everything that I wanted. I was like, yes, we finally got some connections. We got some shit. We're setting up some big shit coming forward. So yeah, I'm hyped, bro. I'm super hyped. It was fucking amazing. So overall, I give the show probably like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
maybe like an 8.
It definitely get like
close to a 9, but like an 8 out of 10.
It's definitely a 7.8 for me.
Yeah,
like it was
it's
fun.
Not the best show. It's good. Fun. It's cool.
Good,
it's not your biggest Marvel show. It's not all connections and stuff. But for being what it is, it's a good show.
Yeah.
And the way that they were able to do like the stuff with the natives and like work with the Choctaw tribe and all that stuff, I thought it was really cool. So shout out to Marvel once again. You guys are back. You never left.
Definitely better than freaking Secret Invasions.
Way better than Secret Invasion. Yeah, way better than Secret Invasion.
So yeah, if you guys want to watch something, it's a good watch. Definitely, if you don't know what's going on, you definitely would like it because it has. For me, it had nothing to do with anything else. It was just a good like show to watch.
Yeah,
in my opinion. And then this dude just told me about the mayor thing, and I'm like, oh dang. Now it's I'm kind of
X-Men are coming. For sure, X-Men are coming. If X-Men weren't coming before, like this means X-Men are coming. You know what I mean? Luke Cage, bro.
Who does Kingpin fall in love with?
Some mutant that no one.
Oh, she's not even like a big. Okay. Oh, what's her name's there? Miss Marvel's there. Miss Marvel's in New York. Jesus. And then the X-Men are.
And if you think about-
are they like in Pennsylvania or something like that?
Yeah, they're like right around that, like
Oh,
the
yeah,
East
damn,
Coast.
it's a lot.
So I'm saying,
Yeah.
so like if he starts making superheroes illegal, like that's gonna be a big thing where it's gonna be like they have to work in the shadow. Like it's gonna be crazy, bro. And with Daredevil coming, like Daredevil, I think the next time we see Kingpin as mayor, or at least running for mayor, and all that shit is gonna be in Daredevil. Like that's what Daredevil's gonna be about. I think they're gonna take the Devil Reigns comic book run and you put that into the Daredevil show.
Yeah.
So
I'll
I'm
probably
really
watch
hyped for that.
I'll
I'm really
probably
hyped for
watch the
that.
First Daredevil.
I'm really fucking hyped for that.
I probably
So-
watch the first Daredevil. There's nothing popping right now, so
Yeah.
watching Daredevil would probably be a good little.
Yeah. So with that said, I mean, that was Echo, man. There wasn't much more going on this week. We got some announcements for UFC 300 and shit like that. UFC is about to be popping again, guys. You don't even know. We'll get to that eventually, but we don't really have anything else Marvel related or superhero related.
Clarence comes out this weekend.
Yeah, so we might go see some random movies
The
and
Book
do
of Clarence.
some. Yeah, Book of Clarence
The B
looks
movie.
good. Fucking stupid bee. The Beekeeper.
The B movie
The
comes out.
Beekeeper.
So I'm gonna definitely watch both of those. What's the name comes out this year? We didn't talk about that. You've been talking about it all day.
What, Deadpool?
The Boys.
Oh yeah, The Boys.
When
The
does that
Boys-
drop?
It comes out soon.
That's gonna be crazy.
Season 4.
I can't wait for that.
The Boys is gonna come out. That's gonna be dope.
We got a lot to talk about that when that comes out for
Yeah,
sure.
so when The Boys comes out, I think hopefully some DC starts dropping, like maybe even just like a show. I think the first thing DC is going to drop is Superman Legacy, which won't come out to 2025, so we got a lot of time before DC
which is
stuff.
crazy. They have so much success with Peacekeeper. They should just
They should do another show or
yeah.
something. But
Like-
James Gunn's focused on the overall thing, so that's not going to happen. I did see John Cena post something about Peacekeeper.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
I saw something about that. I think John Cena posted something.
I
So I don't know. Maybe John Cena has something in the works with that. But yeah, so DC is going to be kind of dead for now. Marvel, honestly, I don't know if Marvel has anything else coming out, and I think they're just going to promote the fuck out of this Echo shit, and like that's pretty much it. I don't know if they're going to have another animated show coming out soon or
When does
or
Deadpool
what.
come out in the summer?
In the summer, yeah.
Damn, we got a long.
That's a long time. That's like 5 months from now,
Jeez.
if not 6. So we got a long time before that comes out. So I don't know what we're gonna do for this next few months, guys. You're gonna have to kind of just bear with us. We're probably gonna be talking about the UFC stuff. I'm sure different news will be popping
Yeah,
up.
there's
Like, I
a
already
lot
saw.
of news that I wanted to talk about today, but
Yeah,
like
this Echo
things are
episode.
happening a lot outside of movies that I think we could talk about. Because dude,
Yeah.
we're only like 12 days into the calendar year, and the Cat Williams thing happened, the Jonathan Majors thing happened. There's a lot of stuff that happened, so I think we'll have topics to talk about throughout the.
Yeah, I think
throughout
we
the
can
year.
definitely get into the Cat Williams and Jonathan Majors thing on this episode, but because it's more relevant because it just happened. But with how much we talked about Echo this episode, I think
Yeah.
we'll just wait, and next week we'll talk about Jonathan Majors, Cat Williams, all that shit. I know Marvel is releasing some official releases of like their schedule that I just saw that right before we came in here that they're going to be announcing. D23 is coming back, which D23 is Disney 23, which is their like reveal thing. It's kind of like where they talk about new shows, new movies, show trailers and shit. So hopefully we get like a Marvel panel at D23 this year, which will be dope. We can get some new stuff. I think Fantastic Four casting is going to be revealed real soon too, so we're going to get some stuff with Marvel and all that stuff too, and then UFC's coming back next week, so that's fucking dope. We got UFC Sean Strickland versus Duplessis, which is going to be fucking crazy. That's going to be fucking the whole thing.
That's gonna be wild.
Sean Strickland on Theo Von's podcast. I got to tell Avery about that because that was wild. Fucking, that was a whole thing.
He was on it?
Yeah, Sean Strickland was
Oh,
on Theo
shit.
Von's podcast, and that was he made Theo Von uncomfortable, which has never happened before. I've never seen Theo Von be uncomfortable.
shit.
Theo Von was like, "What are you talking about, dude? Like you're crazy." Like Theo Von was saying that Sean Strickland, like it was crazy. I was like, "What is going on right now?" It was so wild. And Sean Strickland started crying during the episode,
Oh shit.
which is crazy too.
Oh shit.
So that was wild. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's not necessarily going to be Marvel stuff going forward for a little bit. Well, I'm sure we're going to still mix it in and keep you guys updated with what's going on. But, you know, we also talk about the news, current events, and all that shit too. So if you guys are interested in that, you already know to stick with us, follow that. And then, I don't know, anything else like really...
Nah, only thing I need to say is James Gunn pick up Jonathan Majors before.
Yes.
Do it, dude. Do it, man. You still have time, bro.
Yeah, our shorts have been kind of going crazy and our TikToks and shit, so... we got like 3,000 views on one of our shorts in like one day.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that the one we're talking about, Jonathan Majors?
It was a different one, but I also posted the Jonathan Majors one, and I haven't even looked at the views. We probably have a good fucking.
That probably still could go crazy.
Yeah.
That because that one's it's still relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm definitely going to watch the book of. I'll probably watch it today. Honestly, it's Thursday. I'll probably go watch it today. The Book of Clarence, which they were like talking about it, and the people were like, "Oh, it's blasphemy," and like he was like, you know how many people wanted to be Jesus?
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is true, but yeah, whatever. But I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see what's up with it because I really like the actor that's in it. What's his name? Freaking. He's in Atlanta. What is his name?
Darius, but I don't know his real name. I know his real name, but I can't think of it.
Yeah, I can't think of it, but I really like him as an actor. He's really
I like
good.
him as an actor too. Even though he's kind of a weirdo, but it's all good.
Yeah. I feel like all actors are weirdos.
Actors are pretty weird. Honestly, just to touch on the Jonathan Majors thing real quick, did you watch the Good Morning America interview?
Yeah.
The way he talks is so weird to me. He talks like he's an actor. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy?
Like he talks like I felt hurt and confused. It's like he's talking like Kane, dude.
You know what's crazy though? He because before he was all buff, he was like this skinny like nerd ass dude. Oh, really? So like I think that nerd is still in him. You
that
know
nerd never leaves, bro.
Yeah,
the nerd never leaves.
That's what I'm saying. So like when I watched him talk on a thing, I'm like, yo, like,
he's kind of dorky.
Yeah.
He's kind of dorky.
It's like, yo, my man, what are you doing?
I was like, stick to Kane, bro. I liked you when you were better when you were Kane, dude.
It's like, what are you doing, bro?
I don't know. But I will say this, touch on the Jonathan Majors thing real quick. Jonathan Majors being interviewed on Good Morning America. Good Morning America is owned by Disney.
Oh yes.
You saw that whole theory about how like they might not fire him and they might bring him back.
That would be crazy. I didn't see that theory, but I think you said he did the interview and Disney owns it, and like they were on national TV. They're using Ant-Man and the Wasp. I mean Ant-Man and Quantumanium. Yeah. Like Disney would not sign off on that, bro.
If they were like planning on really getting rid of him, and Disney never made an official statement firing him. They let it be released through the press. So they never said, "Hey, we're firing Jonathan Majors." This is an official statement from Disney. They let the press do it. So they could technically be like, "Well, we never said it. The press did. We were still considering if we were gonna," and so they can bring him back. Technically, I think they might bring him back. Honestly. I think they're gonna let it play out for a little while, and then they're gonna bring him back. I think next year.
All right, well, let's see.
So, Jonathan Majors, you're still in the MCU.
We'll see. Just don't do no more interviews, bro.
Yeah, please don't do any more interviews.
Because I was watching. I was watching. I was like,
don't date any more white women.
I'm confused, bro. I'm confused.
Yeah, Dr. Umar was right.
Dr. Umar.
But yeah, so. With that being said, I don't know if there's much more to talk about in this episode. I hope you guys liked our review of Echo. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. If you guys have watched it, leave us some comments and let us know how we did on our review, what you guys think. If we missed anything, please let us know. If there's any points or anything that you guys really liked about the show, let us know. If there's things that you guys really didn't like about the show, let us know so we can talk about it. And yeah, man, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. You have anything else out? I mean, the album's out. Avery's promoting, so go check out the album. Go download Atlantis 2. Buy a physical copy. We got the physical copies out now, signed, looking fucking fresh, looking good. I haven't played a CD in my car in like years, and this is the only CD in my car, and it just, when I get in my car, it just automatically plays, and it's just good, bro.
Hey, man.
The only thing that sucks, and I hate it for Avery's point, is as much as I'm playing in my car, I'm not playing it on streams, so you're not getting the streams, you know, like you're just you got the one sale, but you're not getting like the multiple streams, so it is what it is. But that's the one thing about CDs when you get it. But
sorry, we got TikTok.
Yeah, but yeah, with that being said, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Remember to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, comment, do all that stuff. Please like the video, please comment, do something, get us higher up in this algorithm, because we're trying to get seen. This year has to be our year. And yeah, man, I think that's pretty much it. You got anything else to say?
Nah, man, go follow us on TikTok, man.
Oh yeah,
one of our friends makes $5,000 a month on TikTok.
Yeah, we need some bread.
Yeah, we need to get over there. Yeah, so we're gonna be posting clips on there.
Yeah, and the studio's gonna keep getting upgraded, so to be on the lookout for that. Where I'm making this shit fucking legit. So I appreciate you guys though for watching. If you guys made it through this far in the episode, you know we love you. We appreciate you. With that being said though, this has been another episode of ABOV The Multiverse. We love you guys, and peace.